Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to White River Cricket Week. Hi, Jonty, how are you?
Very good, thank you.
Listen, Jonty, obviously we're in a new generation now, and with these new boys and girls, they all haven't grown up with Jonty Rhodes standing on the cricket field, watching him in the Proteas. Can you just tell us a little bit about who Jonty Rhodes is for the boys?
Yeah, I think a large part of what I've done is a long time ago on the field. And, thank goodness for, well, I'm not so sure about thank goodness, but the internet does keep spitting me out every now and again, showing youngsters, not only here in South Africa, but I do quite a bit of work in India. I keep getting these young boys and girls saying, oh, my dad's showing me all the stuff on the internet and they must telling me I must dive around like you. So I think, there's obviously technology's been used in cricket, and there's certainly a way to enhance people's skills through technology, either by showing people from an inspirational point of view, or also then correcting them then and there while they're practicing in the net. So, there's been a massive transition. I'm so way out of the picture. I mean, I'm so long retired. There is a new generation of young cricket players that have come through, men and women. And, it's just kind of at one stage, I think I felt like the father of fielding. Now I feel a bit like the grandfather of fielding.
Now, obviously with social media and things coming around, obviously people can still see what you've done in the past, and obviously we've all seen a bit of Jonty Rhodes action. So obviously with the parents and such that grew up with you playing on the fields, there's been a bit of influence like that. And I'm sure obviously now with this new White River Cricket Week, you've experienced a bit of that glory, of that fame that you've obviously accomplished over your many years of cricket. Eh?
Well, it's just quite interesting because this is the first time I've really participated in not only the White River Cricket Week, but also something similar throughout South Africa. Most of my work has been in India, Nepal. From here I go straight to Harare. We do some work in Malawi finally. So I'm starting to work more towards a grassroots and development program as opposed to just high performance. So, there is a high performance aspect to what we do because we want to spread the love of the game for sure. We want to excite boys and girls to play cricket. And when we've identified the real talent, we want to make sure that there's a process that they can take it to the next level. But I haven't been doing much work in South Africa. So the reason why I've hooked up with Cricket School of Excellence in Cape Town, a friend of mine, Ryan Marin's been coaching for 20 years. He has a cricket school there and at all levels. So from cricket birthday parties to high performance one-on-one, my boys go to Ryan and his coaches, for private coaching or school curriculum. And I think there's such a demand now in countries where cricket is more a developing sport. So USA, it's a massive market. It's probably the second biggest cricket market outside India, but just no structure. So what we're looking to do is, we don't think we know everything about the game, but we have a lot of passion, a lot of enthusiasm, and you'll find a lot of people doing great work, but in isolation. So we're trying to create a sort of a network or community where people can tap into that, learn from what other people are doing, be inspired by other cricket weeks like this here at White River. So it's not in isolation, because a lot of us, when we do something great, it never really gets passed on. So I think that's the key message that we've got here. We are part of a cricketing community. Let's help each other, grow each other, and just take this amazing game, especially in South Africa, take it forward.
I agree, very well said indeed. Moving back to the Cricket School of Excellence, I've heard a few things while watching them coach during the days and such. One thing that they've said more often than once is the Jonty Rhodes way. And I've heard this is the first time you bring the Jonty Rhodes way into South Africa. Can you elaborate a bit about that?
Yeah, Ryan and I, we've spent from, Cricket School of Excellence is based in Cape Town, but we've started working in Kathmandu in Nepal together. And the interesting thing is that because, I can't bowl a hoop down a hill, let alone a leg spin or a mystery ball as these youngsters are coming to bowl. And, so for me, from a coaching point of view, and also you can't be everywhere around the world, not just in South Africa, on a daily basis. So again, access to technology, online coaching, but it's less than about having to physically be in a place. The Jonty Rhodes way doesn't require Jonty Rhodes to be there. Sure, we believe we need a first-time visit. We want to inspire young boys and girls and men and women to play not just the games at high intensity, but the practice sessions. So the Jonty Rhodes way was more about the practice sessions. I'm very fortunate. My father, who's just retired for the fourth time from teaching, he was at 80. He's fine. It's enough. They've actually taken the keys away from him from the school. They've locked him out now.
So
out the game.
enough, it's fine.
It's enough. Yeah. So and I'm really grateful because he was obviously as a school teacher back in the days in South Africa. He was also a sports master, and he said, Jonty, you're going to be teachers will tell you, coaches will tell you that practice makes perfect. They'll tell you all the time at every level. He said, I hate to tell you, it's only half the story because it's actually perfect practice that makes perfect. So basically, you got to practice like you're playing in a match. And I think that people miss out that. People come down to practice for 3 hours and actually achieve very little. You can achieve more in 15, 20-minute high-intensity session than a 2 or 3 hours just kind of drift around. So that's the Jonty Rhodes way, because my dad drummed that into me, sometimes with a big stick, but you practice like you're playing a match.
There was a few questions that a few of the Oaks asked me that they said I must just bring up with you. Do you always walk around with a marker on you, just in case some fans run up?
I not only walk around with it, I actually hold it here going, I'm Jonty, can I sign anything for you? You know, the worst thing in India is that everyone's got a cell phone, you know, a smartphone. It's now just the selfie. So if anybody asks me for an autograph, I will bend over backwards to sign an autograph, because while we're there for a month in India, 50 in a day, or 50 by the time you leave the hotel and get to the ground.
Big name, yeah,
but it's just selfies, and it's a massive market too. There's a billion people or over 1.2 billion people. So the actual cricket market in India is probably 800 million, and they are also, you know, they kind of fell in love with me from day one, and that's just maintained. Whereas in South Africa, you know, I go down to surf in Muizenberg, and Dale Steyn's had a surf, and the car guard guy will say, how's it, Jonty? Dale's been in the ocean, but no one else will even say hello. You know, so from that point of view, it's fairly quiet in South Africa. So yes, I do carry a big pen here when I go to the cricket week. So if anybody wants an autograph, I will sign with pleasure.
That's great to hear from you, Jonty. Thank you very much for coming down to White River Cricket Week. There's a few people we'd like to thank. We'd like to thank Iaan Jacob Guest Lodge for hosting Jonty and his family, as well as Cricket School of Excellence. We'd like to thank TR Branding. We'd like to thank White River Cricket Week, obviously the organisers and all the people that have been involved. And thank you very much for watching.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it. Thank you, fellas. Well done, well done. Sorry to keep you all waiting so long, man. Can I pop this on the table?